going on, everybody? Joseph David here for Worldwide Sport Updates, your podcast, your news, your local community. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Worldwide Sport Updates on the first week of our podcast segment here in the month of August. It is August 7th, 2022. Again, this is your host, Joseph Hadid, for Worldwide Sport Updates. Hopefully everybody's having a great weekend nonetheless, and a great Sunday, not to mention. Alright, we have some top news to share with everybody, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to start first and foremost with the NBA legend, ladies and gentlemen. He is the GOAT of all GOATs. What a tragic loss. NBA great, ladies and gentlemen. Boston Celtics legend Bill Russell has died at the age of 88. Bill Russell redefined how basketball is played, and then he changed the way sports are viewed in a racially divided country. The most prolific winner in NBA history. Russell marched with Martin Luther King Jr., supported Muhammad Ali, and received the Presidential Medal of Freedom from President Barack Obama. The centerpiece of the Boston Celtics dynasty that won 11 championships in 13 years. Russell earned his last two NBA titles as a player coach, the first African American coach in any major U.S. sport. Russell died on Sunday at the age of 88. His family posted the news on social media, saying his wife, Janini, was by his side. The statement did not give the cause of death, but Russell was not well enough to present the NBA Finals MVP trophy in June due to a long illness. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, last Sunday, as I think we were closing out the month of July, they went to find Bill Russell unresponsive, and he passed away at the age of 88. Bill Russell, ladies and gentlemen, was a GOAT of all GOATs. He was a legend of all legends, and he had the most championships, quite frankly, than Michael Jordan did, and especially anybody else in the NBA. He was that inspiration to everybody that who knew Bill Russell had to consider a little bit an honor to meet this guy and be a part of his he was a true inspiration and a legacy that he left. Truly incredible. Bill Russell, you will be missed in the sports industry. Rest in peace to the legend, again, Bill Russell. Ladies and gentlemen, Pittsburgh Steelers have made Chris Boswell the NFL's highest paid kicker per report. Longtime Steelers kicker Chris Boswell has reported and agreed to a new contract that will keep him in the black and gold for the foreseeable future. Pittsburgh inked Boswell 31 to a 4-year, $20 million extension that includes $12.5 million guaranteed. His agent Jeff Nelly confirmed to ESPN's Adam Schefter Monday the deal, which extends Boswell's stay in town through the 2026 season, ties him with Ravens Pro Bowler Justin Tucker as the highest paid kickers in NFL history. Tucker inked a 4-year, $23.05 million contract extension in the year 2019 season. Also, ladies and gentlemen, yesterday, Jonathan Lacroix has made an announcement to retire. Veteran catcher Jonathan Lacroix was set to officially announce his retirement Saturday, which he did yesterday, folks, as part of a ceremony at American Family Field. Reports Todd Rosick of the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel, a third-round pick by the Brewers out of Louisiana Lafayette in 2007. The backstop, who spent the first half of his 12-year career in Milwaukee, will be inducted into the club's Wall of Honor alongside former teammate Ryan Braun. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, the Toronto Raptors to play their preseason games in Edmonton and Montreal as part of the NBA's Canada Series. The Toronto Raptors will play preseason games in Edmonton and Montreal in October of 2022 as part of the 8th NBA Canada Series. The league announced on Wednesday, marking the first time the series will be held since 2019. First, the Raptors will face the Utah Jazz at Rogers Place in Edmonton on October 2. The game will be the first NBA game ever played at Rogers Place. Then on October 14, the Raptors will face the Boston Celtics at the Bell Center in Montreal. The city is no stranger to hosting NBA games, having hosted 6 games since 2012. The upcoming tilt this fall will be the Celtics' second time competing in the NBA Canada Series. Well, ladies and gentlemen, something just made history, folks. The Honus Wagner T-206, the T-206, was sold for a record $7.25 million at auction, the world's rarest baseball card. The Honus Wagner T-206 is once again setting records in the trading card world. Baseball's most coveted collectible sold for a record $7.25 million recently at a Golden Auctions sale, breaking the former record of $6.6 million. Originally created by the American Tobacco Company from 1909 to 1911, the Wagner T-206 is so rare because the Pittsburgh Pirates shortstop halted production of the card. Folklore behind the dispute between ATC says Wagner wanted the card taken out of circulation because he did not want children buying cigarettes. Ladies and gentlemen, now we're going to talk about ranking the AFC West quarterbacks. First, we're going to start off with number 1, Kansas City Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes. Arguably the best quarterback in the NFL, and has been for several years now. Mahomes won an MVP in his first season as a starter, hosted the Lombardi Trophy in his second season as a starter, led the Chiefs on a second consecutive Super Bowl trip in his third season as a starter, and led them to the AFC Championship game in his fourth season as a starter. Now, second on that list, ladies and gentlemen, is none other than Los Angeles Chargers' Justin Herbert. Herbert is not far behind Mahomes in terms of overall talent. Herbert has a cannon for an arm and can scoot on the ground too. Herbert also averages close to 40 touchdowns per season over his 2 seasons in the NFL. Number 3, ladies and gentlemen, on that list, a new acquisition, Russell Wilson. With Russell Wilson, ladies and gentlemen, being the new acquisition in the AFC West picture, Wilson has been in the NFL for 10 years. 9 of those years, he was named to the Pro Bowl, including each of the past 5 seasons. Wilson is a likely Hall of Famer when his playing days are done. But at 33, he figures to still have some years left before that. He has led the Seahawks to 2 Super Bowls, winning the first in the year 2013, and putting them in position to win back-to-back, if not for a terrible play call, which was, again, if you all recall, it was against the New England Patriots. That terrible call that they missed on having a chance for the Seattle Seahawks to win back-to-back Super Bowls. And ladies and gentlemen, fourth on that list is none other than Derek Carr. Carr is finding himself at the bottom of this list, is more of a product of just how stacked with talent the rest of the AFC West is. The 8-year pro had the best pass yardage numbers of his career in 2021, throwing for over 4,800 yards, which now makes it 4,804? But his 23 touchdowns in 17 games were fewer than Wilson had 25 in 14 starts. And that was the worst season of Wilson's career in terms of touchdown passes. And ladies and gentlemen, with all these four quarterbacks that I mentioned, and we are ranking them in the AFC West picture, four of these quarterbacks in the AFC West, ladies and gentlemen, have a career passer rating of probably a minimum of 500 pass attempts combined, which probably is the first time in NFL history in an AFC West division to have all these four players mentioned, such as Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert, Russell Wilson, and Derek Carr. The AFC West, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be an interesting division this upcoming season. Who will come out on top? Who will fall short? And who needs a lot of work? Those answers will come this upcoming season in the NFL. Something to look forward to. That's if you're a football fan, ladies and gentlemen. So again, when you see this, ladies and gentlemen, Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert, Russell Wilson, and Derek Carr, those are big names, ladies and gentlemen, that have potential to become Hall of Famers in the suitable future. But again, with these four major quarterbacks, which of them is going to fall and which of them is going to succeed to the top? Time will tell, and some of those answers will be relieved possibly this upcoming season. Something to look forward to. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, the NFL continues to do something, again, they don't want to stay away from. Deshaun Watson, ladies and gentlemen, has officially been handed a 6-game suspension. I mean, he forced the league into reducing a year-long suspension, but ladies and gentlemen, he's been handed that 6-game suspension for the 2022-2023 upcoming season for his sexual misconduct lawsuits. Disciplinary officer Judge Sue L. Robinson provided the ruling on Monday, August 1st. The suspension was inevitable for the quarterback. Now that it has been confirmed to be for 6 games and no financial fines, it means that Deshaun Watson will lose only $345,000 total in the game Shaquille. So that means he will lose $345,000 in that 6-game suspension. But ladies and gentlemen, reports are now coming in that the NFL is appealing on his 6-game suspension, and they want to make it a 1-year suspension for Deshaun Watson. And ladies and gentlemen, if you have not heard by now, Deshaun Watson said that if the NFL decides to appeal his 6-game suspension that he did receive on Monday, August 1st, there is a good possibility Deshaun Watson might be suing the NFL, and the NFL don't have a problem with it at all. So we'll again, as soon as more news comes in from Deshaun Watson, we will definitely break it down to you. So keep you informed and up to date regarding what Deshaun Watson's latest approach going to be regarding this, regarding his suspension sentence. So again, continue to go to our Facebook page, our sports page on Facebook, on Twitter, on TikTok, Instagram, for all the latest news regarding Deshaun Watson's 6-game suspension that the NFL is appealing to make it a 1-year suspension. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, the Atlanta Braves have signed Austin Riley to a 10-year extension. Yes, You heard that right, folks. The biggest contract. The Braves announced that they've signed star third baseman Austin Riley to a 10-year, $212 million contract extension. Riley will make $15 million next season, $21 million in 2024, then $22 million annually through the year 2032. The deal also contains a 2033 club option valued at $20 million. Riley is a client of ALIGND Sports Agency. Well, more news to break out from the Miami Dolphins, ladies and gentlemen, as the Miami Dolphins have forfeit the 2023 first round pick. Owner also fined $1.5 million for tampering. And ladies and gentlemen, this all had to do with getting Tom Brady and Sean Payton to the Miami Dolphins. Well, that did not go so well for them, did it? The NFL punished the Miami Dolphins by stripping them of their 2023 first round draft pick and fining billionaire owner Stephon Rose $1.5 million for tampering with future Hall of Fame quarterback Tom Brady and former New Orleans Saints coach Sean Payton. So again, it did not work well for them, none whatsoever, folks. And the Miami Dolphins are going to have to suffer for it. The new Chelsea keeper Gabriel Slonina says joining the Blues for $15 million was a no-brainer. After completing one of the most expensive transfers for a teenager in MLS history, the new Chelsea man Gabriel Slonina is looking forward to his move overseas. The 18-year-old keeper will be staying with his current club, Chicago Fire FC, until January. The Illinois native is excited to move to England, saying Chelsea's history of developing young players attracted him to the club. Ladies and gentlemen, rest in peace. Another tragic loss this past week as Vin Scully, a Babe Ruth of the broadcast booth, dies at the age of 94. What a legend. And they honored, not to mention, ladies and gentlemen, this past week, the Los Angeles Dodgers have honored Vin Scully and have used their patches to put on their uniforms that they will be wearing with pride in his honor for the full remainder of this season. Vin Scully, whose soothing delivery, exhaustive knowledge of the game, masterful powers of description, and representative indefatigably made him the best known and best loved baseball broadcaster of the past 50 years, has died on August 2nd. He was 94. The Los Angeles Dodgers announced his death, but did not cite a cause. Rest in peace to Vin Scully. He will be truly missed and never forgotten. Cardinals and the Cubs to play 2-game series in London in 2023. Major League Baseball is returning to the Great Britain. The Cardinals and the Chicago Cubs will take their storied rivalry overseas for a 2-game series in London on June 25 of 2023. So again, those 2-game series in London will be on June 24 and June 25 of the year 2023. Major League Baseball announced Thursday. The series capitalizes on the success of the widely successful high-scoring London series between the Red Sox and Yankees in 2019. New York won those games by scores of 17-13 and 12-8. Both games drew crowds in excess of 59,000 at London Stadium, a venue originally constructed for the 2012 Olympics. And finally, folks, SlamBall will be returning to summer 2023. Founder announces. So SlamBall will be making its triumphant return in the summer of 2023. One of the wildest alternative sports of the 2000s is making a comeback. On the 20th anniversary of its television debut, SlamBall founder Mason Gordon announced to TMZ Sports that the league will return in summer of 2023. The American version of the extremely physical, trampoline-infused basketball league played its last season in 2008. Since then, it has popped up in various minor forms around the world, including in China, where it gained a sizable following. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all for this week. I will see you on next Sunday's recorded podcast for our top news that transpired that past week. Sorry. Again, till then, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the rest of your Sunday and enjoy the rest of your work week. Go to our YouTube page, hit the like button, follow, subscribe, and share it out for all the sports updates that's happening across the world and across the country. Nonetheless, this is Joseph Hadi for Worldwide Sport Updates, your podcast, your news, your local community, and I'll see you next Sundays on Recorded Podcast for all the latest sports that's happening that past week. We will cover it for you on Sundays of each week. Until then, take care, have a safe one, see you then.